Alright, before I remove from wheel, this part here is dry, so I will trim a little bit and then turn it upside down and dry a little bit more, and then I will trim the bottom. And actually I was trying this piece the whole night, let the wheel spin, so when you have very thin tall neck piece, if you don't dry it evenly, you tend to go and tilt. So that's why I leave it dry on the wheel for overnight, and now the whole neck is still quite straight. And I'm using my number 5 trimming tool. This is the carbide tool. Okay, you can use either one, 5 or 6. There's a curve, both has a curve on this fitting. So either way should be fine. So this is the ruler that I tape it in this extendable sticks, so that as long as I could extend it, I can measure whatever that the size is. So I just tape it here. And first I will put it inside, and then put the slot in the middle. So I come up with 128, okay, 128 millimeters. And then I'm gonna pull out the stick, the ruler, and then put it on the outer part of the slot, and then measure it. So to stabilize it, I put my hand here. So the outside, the reading is 138, okay? So 138 minus 128 comes with the 10 millimeters. So before I start to trim, I know exactly how thick the bottom is, which is 10 millimeters. So That's the ruler. This is my invention. So 2 pieces or 3 pieces together. And this is my shorter version. Okay, you can have a longer version. This is a shorter version on here and longer version on the horizontal. So, and this is extendable, right? So whatever the height you want to measure, and you get a difference from measure inside and outside and subtract it. So you could come up with the exactly how thick before you started. All right, and then I will put this one on the chuck and try to trim it. I don't have the chuck that is long enough. You can make your own chuck that is long enough to hold your piece, especially the long neck. You can make a taller one, but you can stack up 2 chucks or 3 chucks together. Like here, this one. This is my bisque chuck. Usually, it's preferred that you don't bisque your chuck, but once you've been used for years, all the studio that you go to, they might bisque all the chucks, and to get your clay easy to stay on, okay, to anchor it on, you can soak your chuck in the water for 10-15 minutes, as long as you don't get any bubble coming out. So meaning that your chuck has absorbed enough water. Then you use the anchor clay to anchor it down, it will stay. Okay. Otherwise, because this is very porous, so your anchor clay is gonna come right off. Okay. And then just find whatever that you can find from your studio, and then this should be fitting. And then I could put my piece inside. But this is a little bit too sharp, so I will probably put 3 pieces of clay to hold it there and try to level it. All right, also for the bonus tip, this piece has been soaking in the water, and I'm going to stack up this piece on here. If your chuck it's not fitting, okay, this one is all right, it's fitting, because I trimmed the chuck. Okay, I trimmed the chuck. It will be easier when the clay is still not been fired before bisque. Even they're hard, you can get a little fitting groove here, or we call gallery here. But what if your chuck has been bisque? What do? Actually, you can trim the bisque chuck if you have the right tool. Okay, if you have the right tool. I'm going to show you what do I mean of a right tool. So at the center, I'm going to get the clay to anchor it down here. This is the right tool. Okay, it's made of tungsten carbide. It's a very hard material, so you can go through any material except for diamond. Actually, a diamond is harder than that. And other than that, you can trim. Okay, use this tool to trim. If you want to trim the inner part here, you can actually go and just cut it. Right, so there will be a powder coming off, and you see the powder has been cut from using the carbide tool. Let me cut it outside, okay, so that the camera will be able to see it. This one, the top camera will be able to see it, but if I cut it the outside part, see the powder? See the powder? It's coming off because the carbide tool is harder than the bisque wire, so you will be able to trim it. Okay, so that's the benefit of having the carbide tool. All right, and then the carbide tool still stay sharp. can still stay sharp. You don't need to resharpen it as often as my stainless steel or other material other than carbide. So, right, so you see that? The powder is coming out. Since I soaked the chunk in the water, so it's not very powdery, like flying away. So that's one other tip, that if you want to squeeze that dust, soak it and then you can trim it. Right? So that's the carbide tool. And then use that to hold that. So I'm ready to put my skinny bottle to trim on top of this PVC pipe and also my bisque chuck. First, I want to make sure that the pipe is stick to the chuck. And like I say that the bisque chuck, if you soak it in the water until it doesn't absorb water anymore, you will be able to get your clay to hold it on without falling apart, falling off. And then this PVC pipe is a little bit sharp, so I'm gonna put some clay here to avoid the mark on my pot. All right. I could use the leveler to find a level first. Making sure the bubble is in the center. Right, so that looks fine. And then I will try to recenter it. Okay, that's good. So I usually like to leave this part in the center within 3 millimeters. So I already show you, I checked the thickness is 10, so I will go 7 millimeters deep. right? So it's about 8 already. So actually, I'm going a little bit over, but it's fine. So I'll stop right here. You can hear the sound. Yeah, it's about right. So I will stop and finish and clean it up. Okay, so that's the trimming.